Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with a Clearlake, California fishing report for the end of September. I apologize for not getting the report out yesterday. I thought it was Wednesday all day long, so I've gained a whole new day. Woohoo! But anyway, things have definitely started cooling off up here in Clearlake. It was 47 degrees last night, and it only got up to 80. So the water temperatures have got to be dropping pretty good. You can see that, well, let's just spin this around right here. You can see there's something missing. My boat is in the shop, but that doesn't mean that I don't have some fishing experience for this week. I took my boat to the shop on Tuesday. I am getting a new motor put on my boat, so hopefully I'll have it back really soon. But I did get 4 or 5 days straight on the water before I took my boat in, and the fishing was really good for me. You can see here, I just checked the Rumsey on what's that stupid thing called, Alexa, and she said we're at 3.6, but that just doesn't seem right. I mean, we were basically 3 feet on the Rumsey last week, according to Ross's report, and I trust Ross more than I do Alexa. But anyway, there's a look. I mean, you guys can just see it just creeping down steady. Look how beautiful it is this morning. I wish I was out there right now. So anyway, to the fishing. If you guys are watching any of my videos of my cast to catch, that pretty much tells you the story on my end, the way that I'd like to catch them. It's that chatterbait is a lot of fun. You still have to sort through the catfish, but slow rolling a spinnerbait seems to be one of the best bites for my friends that are letting me know what they're doing, and of course the crankbaits. But there's also another bite that's going on that's going to excite you guys, and I'm just going to tell you the technique. I'm not going to tell you any of the places or how they're fishing it, because that just wouldn't be cool. But the buzz bait is getting bit very well right now. So if you're coming up here, explore that bite. And I'm pretty well, you guys know the type of areas to fish that sort of technique. But tie that on and get up here and give that a shot. And I recommend it early and late. And to a lot of y'all surprise, you may be happy to hear that there is actually a bit of a frog bite starting to pick up. So it's just that frog bite's been opposite of everything I've ever thought I knew about catching a fish on a frog. But we won't go into that. I'm just realizing that how little I do know when it comes to some of this fishing thing. But that's what keeps it so excited, because it's never just the same thing twice. Every trip's a little different, and that's what keeps it exciting. But we are definitely getting into that fall transition. The fish are working shallow and they're working deep, and they make that transition fast up here. I mean, that's why when you come through there, and I like to just go through an area. First off, I go through it pretty fast, and I try to catch the aggressive fish in that bunch. And then if you get bit in an area, turn back around, you work your way back up depending on the wind. I like the wind to do a lot of the work for me, and then work down through there slower, working inside and out, especially if you're in a deep water transition area. Work both columns, in and out. And if you got a partner, always be doing something different until you really get it dialed into what they're smacking. For instance, if the guy in the front is flipping the toolies, have the guy in the back dragging a Carolina rig or something on the front of those toolies, and you'll get them figured out a little bit faster that way. And of course, the jig bite is really starting to turn on up here. I've got a buddy up here that's just, he's got nothing but the jig in his hand. He's whacking them and having a blast. But you swim bait guys, the conditions are getting right up here. It's not going to be long till you're going to have the HUDs will be a-flying, baby. So anyway, all is looking well up here. I don't know if there's any tournaments or anything coming up. I never do check that stuff. I depend on Ross for that sort of information. But it's been very quiet up here. I haven't seen many fishermen in my key at all. I haven't seen many fishermen in my key at all. So You just never know. But the lake has been beautiful. It still is getting windy up here in the evenings, so like I say, just don't underestimate the wind on Clear Lake. I mean, this lake can become an ocean, and it can become one in a hurry. And the thing about this lake is it's like 3 different lakes stuck together. You got the Redbud, you got the Rattlesnake, and then you got the main lake. And all 3 of them will be 100% different conditions at the same time. So I haven't got that fair. There's guys that know, hey, if the wind's blowing southwest, blah blah blah, this area is going to be bad and that. But I should have it dialed in like that, but my brain just doesn't work like that, and I haven't got that figured out yet. But you guys can see the the sun was shining. I could walk down there on my dock, and you could see that we've got about a little over a foot of clarity even here in the Keys, and there's just 0 blue-green algae, which is actually mind-boggling for this time of year. Because last year this was a disgusting mess, and it's absolutely beautiful in my opinion. But anyway, the fishing, I would rate on a 1 to 10 scale. I would put the fishing at a 6.5, 7 right now. And the reason I say that is because there is still a lot of dead water. You gotta you gotta cover the water and find them. And like they say, just work yourself in and out. It could be a timing thing. You can find the fish, and they're just not on the bite at that moment. So you live scope guys definitely have an advantage because you know the fish are there without the fish telling you. But guys like me that are just burning the bank looking, when you get that bite, I mean, put the spot lock it in your old noggin there, and put that in your rotation. But anyway, I know that's not much of a report, but still, hopefully it might be enough to help you guys out. So anyway, as I like to say, when you come up here, treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And peace out.